been a good conversation because all weekend we've been having this conversation about the movie Straw. And I don't know if you watched the movie Straw. Have you had a chance to watch it?
My wife watched it, and I scrolled a TikTok, so I saw pieces of it, and I got the gist of it. So
Yes.
yeah.
So I'm titling this conversation a black father's perspective. And I put a black father's perspective because this is a soapbox moment. I don't like when black people are responsible for speaking for the whole race or the
Right, right.
And so I'm saying this is a black father's perspective. This
right.
is James's perspective.
Right.
A lot of people are saying, well, where was the dad? Where was the dad? And how do we get dads back in the home? We talked a little bit about co-parenting. We talked about communication when dad may be having their own thing going on, but the baby still needs dad.
And I think that that's a misperception in our community. I think that statistics show differently about black males and how they show up in community. And all of us probably know a mother that is doing it by themselves from their perspective. But at the same token, we know single fathers and single mothers. So where does that title come from? These are parents who are not together or single in their raising children. And the thing is, so if you have one couple, both of them can be single parents, but it depends on who they're with at the time. You're still a single father or a single dad. The misperception is that black fathers are absent from homes. And it's just not true. Studies show that black fathers are even more mothering at times to their children than in times past. Now, there was a generation when black fathers were absent because there were different needs. Mothers didn't work at that time. Fathers needed to be out working a lot to ensure that houses were taken care of. But in today's society, black fathers, whether they're in the home or you're co-parenting, they're still present. And when parents aren't together and in a committed relationship, it just looks different. And I think that we also have to talk about mothers that gatekeep, and that means mothers that stand in the way of fathers being there for their child. And there's but so much a father can take, right? And so after you gatekeep for years and years and years, most fathers are going to step back and say, well, I got to throw my hands up because I'm not going to fight, or I don't have the knowledge to fight. I've been put down. I don't have the will to fight. I got to encourage fathers to take hold of the legal system as much as we may feel like it's against our people. You got to get into the courts for visitation. Visitation is separate from child support. They're two separate things. So just because someone may be put on child support in North Carolina, it's not the same thing as visitation. So you, as a father, have just as many rights as mothers do. You just got to go to the courts to go through that. And it may be an ugly period or season, having to pull the courts into personal family issues. But sometimes if you have a mother that gatekeeps, that says, I have an infant or have a young child, I'm not going to let you see them. I don't trust you with my child, or whatever personal issues or reasons they may have, let the courts make the decision. And so you can be the petitioner. In Mecklenburg County, you can go to the third floor. There's a self-help center, and they'll walk you through what paperwork you need to file. There's no such thing as emergency custody, but you can file and have your case heard out. You'll have the opportunity to see a mediator and all of that, but you want to hear it out. And sometimes, as bad as we think about child support, it just may be right to put yourself on it so that you can have the financial obligation taken care of, get the visitation taken care of, and then just do it by the book so that personal issues and disagreements can be set aside, and then you have the law on your side when it's time for you to have visitation with your child.
100%.